You guys read the thumbnail, right? Spoiler free, okay? So just chill out and relax. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel where I talk about movies. The time is finally here where I'm going to talk about the new Batman movie, and I'm not going to keep you guys waiting. I'm just going to come out and say it. This movie was fantastic. I absolutely love this movie. Now, you have to understand, for me to say that is very surprising because I went into this movie with very high expectations, and usually when you go with high expectations, you get disappointed. And even if it's a good movie, it usually doesn't meet your expectation or surpass your expectations, and this movie, goddammit, it surpassed my expectation. Now, is it the best Batman movie ever? No, definitely not. To me, The Dark Knight will always be number one, and it's gonna be very tough to beat that movie, just because to me, The Dark Knight is almost a perfect movie. And look, I don't wanna start comparing the two movies, that's not what I'm here to do, but what I do wanna say is, this just might be the second best Batman movie out there, alright? And I mean that. Like, obviously, I just watched it, so recency bias is a very real thing, because Batman Begins is a phenomenal film as well. So maybe ask me this question in like a month or two, but for right now, I can legitimately say I think this is the second best Batman movie ever made. And I don't even know where to begin. I mean, let's start with the acting. Colin Farrell as the Penguin was amazing. If you didn't tell me that Colin Farrell was casted as the Penguin beforehand, I would have never in a million years said, oh yeah, that's Colin Farrell. No way, Jose. I mean, the transformation that this guy did was phenomenal. I could not recognize him, okay? I mean, if anybody's gonna win an Oscar for this movie, it's gonna be him for Best Supporting Actor, because god damn it, he did a fantastic job. And look, I understand a lot of people are gonna come out and say those are the makeup artists, those are the costume designers that transformed him, but listen, let's give credit where credit's due, right? Awesome makeup artists, awesome costume designers, because they did a fantastic job. Let's give them props. However, aside from that, I will say Colin Farrell did a fantastic job acting, because I could not recognize his voice. I literally, and I have seen a ton of Colin Farrell movies. I know Colin Farrell almost to a T. Take me with a grain of salt. But what I'm trying to say was, he did a good acting job. I did not recognize him. If you, like I said, if you did not tell me that was Colin Farrell, I would have not known that's Colin Farrell. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is acting. Now let's go ahead and move on to the Riddler, which I also thought was amazing in this movie, because I definitely think it's an upgrade from Jim Carrey's version of the Riddler, just because Jim Carrey's Riddler is very over the top. He's wearing a bright green latex suit with question marks all over it. He's very animated, and it just didn't really work for me. And this Riddler is more grounded in reality, and the actor that plays the Riddler is also in the movie Prisoners, which I also love, and I think he did a great job in that movie. That might be his thing. Like, he's just very good at playing weirdo psychopath people. And the thing that I love about the Riddler in this movie is, like, they definitely went for like the Zodiac Killer kind of vibe. If you ever seen that movie, the Zodiac Killer, which is based on a true story, played with the police, gave them riddles and like messages that were like games and stuff like that, and I really appreciated that they went for that vibe, because it really made it feel, like I said, realistic and grounded in reality, where I was like, oh my god, I'm actually scared of this guy. Like, this could be a real person. Whereas Jim Carrey's Riddler looks like a transgender psychopath that's having trouble coming up with his or her pronouns. You know what I'm saying? Alright, now let's talk about Catwoman, which is a very, very tricky character for me, especially because I'm not a fan in general of the character Catwoman. And the only Catwoman that I've ever liked was Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns. And even then, it's a stretch, but I gotta say, this Catwoman pleasantly surprised me. And I gotta go back to the fact that what I said, she's grounded in reality, right? I'm very happy they didn't give her an origin story, because that's usually when it starts to be like, you're walking on thin ice, right? Like, all the cats come out of nowhere and then she magically becomes Catwoman. Those are when things get very dicey, you know what I mean? Like, even in Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, like, she falls off the story and the cats come, and it's like she's Catwoman, and then let's not even get into Halle Berry's Catwoman. No. But I just appreciate that they just started with, she's just a badass, she knows how to fight, and she's helping Batman out, and there's like maybe one scene where it's like, there's a lot of cats, and he's like, you have a thing for cats, and they just kind of left it at that. I appreciated that, okay? We don't need to go too in-depth into Catwoman, and I think that was really well done. I gotta take my hat off to Matt Reeves for that. And now let's finally talk about Robert Pattinson as Batman. Oh my god, I think I just became a Robert Pattinson fan. I mean, truly, guys, that was the number one concern about this movie, was Robert Pattinson as Batman. I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. Now that I've seen it, guys, let me tell you guys. Let me put the record straight, man. he works as Batman, okay? Take it from me, guys. I don't want to hear any more complaints about emo Batman or the cringy guy from Twilight. No, stop, bro. He's an actor, he's a talented actor, and god damn it, he did very good as Batman, okay? And I think I'm just gonna leave it at that, because there's more I want to get into, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Like I said, this is a spoiler-free review. I am going to make a spoiler review, so stay tuned for that, where I'm gonna dive more into the Bruce Wayne character. But guys, he works, okay? Like, there was not a single point in the movie where I was like, man, this is Robert Pattinson, the guy from Twilight, or a cringy guy. Like, no. He works for me, and I'm sure he's gonna work for you guys as well. So just have faith. Now, the next person I want to point out has nothing to do with the acting, but I have to shout them out because they did a fantastic job with the soundtrack of this movie. Whoever did the score of this film, my goodness, God bless you. You did amazing. And let me tell you why it's so impressive and that I had to point them out, because it's not just like, it's already hard to come up with a good score, okay? But it's not just that. They're competing with Hans Zimmer from the Christopher Nolan trilogy, and I don't know who did the score in the Tim Burton movies, but whoever did it was also a phenomenal soundtrack. You're competing with those two, okay? So it's even harder now. Because it's like this. I'm gonna compare it to this. Becoming a professional athlete is hard in itself, right? Can we all agree with that? Just making it to the NBA or the NFL, I mean, that's almost impossible. Can we agree to this? Okay, now imagine your daddy is Michael Jordan, or your dad is Tom Brady. Well, man, now I have to compete with them as well? Because you know you're just gonna get compared to them, so now you just have that added pressure to the whole equation. It's like, Jesus, what I'm already trying to do is hard. Now I have this to deal with? So that's how I felt with this person. It's like, oh my god, no matter what they do, it's just gonna fall short of these other great soundtracks. But god damn it, they did such a good job. The main score of this movie is awesome, man. I mean, the main theme of Batman, oh my god, it's so good. And before I leave, I do want to point out two scenes in the movie, and don't worry, they're both in the trailer, so I'm not showing you guys things that you haven't seen already. But my god, at the end of the car chase scene with the Penguin, when Batman is coming out of the flames, is visually one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen. And I mean that. I mean ever. I mean, I don't think I've seen, oh my god, it's amazing. Just the frame being upside down, the flames in the background, Batman walking, the main scores playing. I mean, everything in that scene was perfect. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. And I know it's weird to point out something just because it looks cool, right? Like, that doesn't really add to the movie, right? Did it add to the character development, the storyline, the plot? I understand that. But we are visual creatures as humans, and just when something looks really cool, I have to point it out. I mean, not for nothing, it looks fan-tastic, or how Jeremy Johns say it, awesome-tacular.
Awesome-tacular.
And to further my point, those scenes are very hard to pull off. Whenever you have like a protagonist of a movie or a hero of a film
walking in slow motion, and there's like explosions in the background, they're trying to be all cool.
It's usually cheesy, right? It's usually corny. Like, it just doesn't work. And god damn it, it really worked in this movie. And the other scene is when Batman's in the water and he has the flare. I mean, that scene is so well shot. I mean, oh my god, I just love seeing stuff like that where it's like, man, I don't know why water just adds a certain level of coolness in a scene. And seeing Batman in the water with the flare, oh my god, it looked amazing, man. That scene just looks so aesthetically pleasing to me. But other than that, I think I'm gonna stop there because I don't want to spoil the movie for you guys. And like I said, I will be doing a spoiler video, so stay tuned for that, because there is one thing that really upset me about this movie, that really disappointed me, that I was like, oh, why did you do that? Why did you do that? But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, leave a like, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.